Dude, this is crazy.
I know.
Let's just jump right into it. Fuck the bullshit.
All right. Years in the making here. Hit
Dude.
me with what you got.
Okay. And I will, the thing is, I'm going to try and do, like, I'm going to just try and go. And I'm going to just try and make this flow.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. Because whenever I have an intent of doing that with someone, the opposite happens. Or, like, vice versa. I'll be like, oh, like... what's gonna happen with this guy, and then this person just fucking goes like fucking ham.
Yeah.
But I feel like I have some things stored up.
Yeah, there's some things we've banked throughout the last couple of months to save for this too. So.
And I just wanted to say it's crazy because what I was gonna say before we started was this has been going on basically like a year and a half, which is kind of crazy. This podcast. This started in June 2020 and it's deep into November 2021. So like a year and 5 months. Like I think I was like, wait, what? It's been like almost 2 years. Like there's no way this podcast is going on 2 years.
Oh,
there's
2 years.
That's insane. That's not real.
The funny thing is like, I feel like when you started doing your podcast, you like kind of planned on getting some close people to do it first, and then like things just kept happening, like, oh, we were gonna do it this time and it didn't work, and we're gonna do it this time and it fell through. Oh, I don't feel it this night. And now it's in fruition. It's here.
You were gonna come on when it first started, when I was living with Lex and Paisley.
Yeah.
And then just shit kept happening, and then
how does it feel to be like almost 2 years into this now? Like,
definitely a little rewarding.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just stoked that they're like, this shit is like on the internet for like people to find and look at if they want,
and come back to whenever they feel like it.
And like, honestly, like in my opinion, obviously I'm biased as fuck, but like I think some sick people from SLO County have been on here.
Oh, I think a lot of dope people.
For sure.
People that we know, people that we would never get the opportunity to meet as well. And those are probably the ones that I have watched, are the ones where I'm like, I'm never going to meet this person in my life. But they ended up being super interesting. You learned a couple of things out of it too.
For real. So. Yeah, no, it's crazy how society works. But yeah, I mean, you started living here, and then when that happened, it was like, okay, like pretty much... It's gonna happen randomly. It's gonna happen randomly
at that point
before 2022 started. Like I could also see this happening in December on like a cold ass like Tuesday.
I'm kind of happy that it is happening like in fall or winter compared to the summer. I don't know why, but I just feel like that's like the right time to do it.
And you've been saying that you like the rain, you like winter vibes, you don't like the sun, you don't like the heat. Like you like walking around in like layers.
Okay. It's hard to explain that because I do like the sun. Like, everyone loves the sun. Like, a good 80-degree day feels amazing. When you're at the beach, of course you want it to be sunny. However, when you're growing up in Los Osos and Morro Bay, you're used to it being foggy. And then, like, the last 2 years of living in North County, I like the sun. I don't like that much sun. Like, 100 degrees every day is fucked up. I hate it. It's like, I don't want to leave the house because you just get slapped in the face by just sweat.
Yeah. The thing is with putting on layers, I think Johnny said it the other day. He was like, or no, it was Alexander McKee. He was like, oh, like, the cold is so much better than the heat because when it's cold, you can just put on layers.
Yeah, that's my philosophy.
And when it's hot, you like once you get down to bare skin, you can't really go further than bare skin.
Yeah, you can't.
But the thing is, like, it feels good when it's like, okay, so like usually around here it's never more than 100 degrees. That's just kind of like a fact, right? Like usually it's like
not like
90 degree.
Morro Bay. I mean, A-Town and Paso, it's up there, like, a lot. 90 degrees in the summer. Being
in flip-flops, board shorts, no underwear, no shirt on, and you don't feel like a cold breeze, and it's not like 80 degree, or it's not like when it's 90 degrees outside, it feels good just kind of walking out in the bare minimum. versus when it's 50 degrees and it's like, oh shit, like I need to put on layers. And the thing is, putting on layers, sometimes like you do get sweaty underneath that first layer because you put on too much, and then you deal with, oh fuck, like now I'm going into this. I have to tie this around my waist, and then it just turns into this and that. And the thing is, like, when it's too cold, it almost hurts sometimes. Like, it kind of, like, hurts your skin. You're, like, all your fucking, like, your lips get chapped. Okay. Like, getting out of bed in the morning, you almost don't want to get out of bed because you're like, dude, give me my fucking blankets. I'm not getting out of bed today. But when it's hot as fuck and you wake up and you're sweating and it's 75, it's like, dude, let's get the fucking day started, bro. Like, let's get in the kitchen. Let's start drinking.
Okay. In a temperate environment, like, I don't know. Living in the tropics or living in a subtropical place, I 100% agree with everything you're saying. Like, I will wear board shorts. I will be so happy. It's wonderful. The water's, like, semi-warm. I don't know. And something about it, the air's moist. And there's just, like, this feeling of, like, it's not so fucked up, hot or cold, that I'm just in this perfect little middle ground. And then I love that. Like, I'll wear board shorts for months straight and fucking shirtless, no shoes. But here, you got these grace periods, like the cold, when it gets cold, like you go through like a week of like, fuck, I'm waking up and my nose is fucking dry, can't fucking breathe in the morning, like my lips are chapped, like you said, everything's fucked up for like a week to 2 weeks, and then you kind of get into the swing of things. But I don't know, I love cold weather. I prefer to put on layers. I would rather live in a place where it's cold a majority of the year than hot.
And that's the thing, like, if you're going to be doing events or outside activities, you're constantly looking at the weather app on your phone, and it's like, oh, like, can we even meet up Saturday morning anymore? Because that shit's going to be, like, the park's going to be wet and rainy, we can't do it anymore. But when it's hot all the time, it's like, you don't even need to worry about that. It's like, oh, we're meeting at the park on Saturday? Dope. See you there. You know? But obviously, we need the rain. The rain's and water's...
Like, you've liked the last couple of days.
Yeah.
A little bit of rainy weather, like, I don't know.
It's been cozy in the house.
Exactly. You need a couple of those days where it's just like, oh, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to make some tea, and I'm just going to post up in the house. We're watching movies, like, it's dark earlier. That's kind of not chill, though. That struck me at work
the time day. Thing?
Yeah, because, like, you get to work... You're an hour in, basically, and it's, like, pitch black. So then time just feels like it's moving so slow because you're used to, like, by the time it's getting dark, you're like, oh, fuck, I got an hour left of work. And now you're checking the clock, and it's 7. Like, fuck, I got 3 more hours. And I did not fuck with that. So.
You know what I found out today? Lucas Pearson, who's been on this podcast before.
Good friend of ours.
Grover City local. Okay, so... And let me just give you guys some backstory. Like, you know how he definitely, like, parties. He's been to parties. He's gone to concerts before. You've seen him drink and smoke and fucking run around and, like, do, like, fun stuff.
Yeah.
He told me today he's never stepped foot inside a dispensary. And I said, that literally doesn't make sense.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, dude, I'm bringing this up on the fucking podcast. Like, he hasn't stepped foot in a dispensary.
I mean,
according to his text message.
How many times have you stepped foot in a dispensary?
Probably, I would say at least 3 times.
Okay.
But he's also...
Same. Like, not too often, but you've been in one.
Well, he's, like, older than us. He's, like, a solid, like, 12-year...
Yeah, but dispensaries weren't, like, a big thing until recently.
True. That's
you know
true.
What I mean?
My bad.
We're, like, all in the same boat as far as that goes. Like, being able to walk in and, like, buy weed at, like, a store that looks like an Apple store.
Yeah, okay.
We did get a good glimpse of that at Camp Flognaw. I remember that was the first time we went to a dispensary when we were like 18, and I was the only person with a weed card. So you guys, we drove into Watts. I believe it was Watts. And you guys just found the first dispensary and like tossed me in it, and I had to get like buzzed through multiple doors, and it was this whole thing. But then when you step foot in it, it's like, holy fuck, this is like amazing. People are giving you samples, this and that. That was like 2 years before we got anything here. And that was crazy. But I don't think I've been to that many. I've been to like Megan's like once or twice, but it's so expensive.
Yeah, they really
fucking cutthroat out there because they got that monopoly on it.
It's like one joint's like $10, and people are like fine paying that, but it's like literally like in the grand scheme of things, like that's literally like a penny.
Especially when we have like friends that provide or like grow, and you can get good stuff for so cheap. But it's the fact that you can like drive and get it, and you don't have to text anybody, you don't have to call anybody. It's just there. That's what we love about it. Same thing with like getting it dropped off. And I used to do that shit a lot. Like I would never drive to a dispensary. I would get deliveries all the fucking time, and I'd pay that surcharge because I was so lazy. I didn't want to like either text somebody and wait or do something else.
And then it's like an eighth is like $70, and then by the time you roll one blunt, that was all of your weed. So you're holding like a $70 blunt. And
well, the like, thing is,
why?
This is like super embarrassing to say as a former person who smoked like fucking every day. I cannot roll a joint. Can't do it. Never have.
I've never seen you.
Never seen me, huh? Never seen me. Well, I had the bong for a long time.
Spock.
Rest in peace. That thing was savage. But an eighth would last forever with that because like it hit so clean, like it was literally would smack you in one hit. But nah, I can't roll a fucking joint to save my life. If like there was a gun to my head right now and they said roll a joint and I'll let you leave, I would probably die.
Really? Mm-hmm. Rolling a joint is fun, I think. Like it honestly, it's like
it looks fun when you guys do it.
It's fun, yeah. No, it's like, and especially with your like, if that's the only activity that's going on, like you're gonna roll a joint, I'm gonna roll a joint right now. We're gonna listen to some music.
Yeah, you're gonna have a little bit of a
vibe, bro. You guys are fucking.
Each person has like a personal like flair to their joints. Like like Vincent makes some little thick little bastards. Where you used to be a little sketchier, but you're really solid now.
Yeah, I think so.
No, you're perfectly fine. I'm trying to think who like rolls the best joint, but you'd be like you and Orion maybe at this point.
Orion's all pissed. He's like, no, he's not even close to me.
Can't even bring me up in the same sentence.
Yeah, there's I think I told you this. I might have not, but I'm just gonna like try and drop like random stories throughout this podcast. But did I tell you like a while back, not a while back, like within like 30 days probably, or maybe 45 days, but this one like woman DM'd me and was like, hey, let's like, we should be friends or some shit. Did I tell you about this? Okay. I told you about some other DMs today though.
Yes, you
like
did.
Sad. But we won't go down that route.
No.
I got this DM from this like woman, and honestly, like I hope she's watching this. I feel like she might. She DM'd me saying some shit like, oh, like let's like we should be friends. And at first I'm like stoked. I'm like dope. I'm gonna meet a new person.
Yeah.
Like who knows? Like when I interpreted that, I was like, oh, like maybe she wants to come on the podcast. Like maybe that's
her loss in talking to this person at all.
Maybe that was her like, yo, like this is how I'm gonna like try and do a podcast or some shit.
Let me hop on.
So then we're just chopping it up for a second, send a couple messages, and then I was like, okay, this isn't going anywhere. Like I'm gonna literally ask her to come on. So then I asked her to come on, and then she was like, oh, only if you send me money to buy like an outfit in, and then I'll send you like pictures of myself in the outfit. And this is a real person.
Real person.
1,000%.
Okay.
I know.
I was about to say it was like, maybe it's a bot, because I got a weird text like that the other day, and I was like, what the fuck?
Real person, ton of mutual friends.
Okay.
And then I'm like, I can't do that. Like, one, I'm not going to do that. Two, I'm broke as fuck. I need to be worried about my wallet right now.
Yeah.
And like, pretty much, like the purpose of that, I kind of felt bad. Like, she didn't want to be friends. She didn't want to come on the podcast. Like, she literally, like, she's out here finessing, like, strangers of, like, the male gender. And
you know
what
the sad thing is
no, a ton of people.
Do that.
I know one person that has sent somebody money and
Yeah.
got nothing in return. And it's like...
Dude,
like,
that's a whole
so
thing with
many
our
people.
generation now, too, though. Like, think of, like, Twitch streaming.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Send people money for literally doing... Like, if I could be a Twitch streamer, just, like, game and do fucking absolutely nothing, like, and get paid for it, oh, it's the dream job. Literally, you do nothing and people pay you money. But especially for like female streamers, and that's not to knock on anything, but that's just like how it goes. Like people will give money, they just want to hear their name said, like some like glimpse of attention or something.
It's all psychological. It's like all psychological like games and manipulation, and it's the girl is literally doing nothing wrong. Like the girl's just playing her part. Like I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna do this. Like I'm gonna fucking make money. Like why
wouldn't I do that?
Literally,
no, seriously, no. If I was in that position, like I would 100% do the same thing. You know what I mean? It's
the people that are like literally
enabling it.
They're sending fair percentages of their checks to these strangers. You know, like they're like the person who DM'd me wanting money to like buy an outfit, like they're definitely doing the right thing. Like keep doing it, because I guarantee you that shit's working. It's just crazy because she's obviously doing it because it's obviously working. Like that's crazy shit. Like
well, you're just trying to like hit percentages. Like
why even
think about it this way? So, all right, you got Instagram, right? There are like accounts that will follow 15,000 people. They'll just follow, like down a fucking list of a famous person, have a bot do it for him, 15,000 people. Maybe 1,000 or 2,000 of those people will follow him back. And then he's going to unfollow all 15,000 of those people. Like, you're going to hit your shots on that. So, same thing with that. Like, if you DM 100 people, 2 of those people may send her money. And she may get an outfit out of it. Because, like, the percentage of you getting it is going to happen. You're going to, like, fucking hit a home run eventually. You just keep swinging. So, like, I would do the same thing. It's just... Jeez.
If I was a girl, I definitely would have money. Because I would be finessing the fuck out of people. Like, everywhere. Like, every scene and setting, I would, I mean, that's like, normal. And it's, like, fine and, like, respectable.
You can finesse people as a male, too. You just gotta not as easy. And when you do it, it's like more frowned upon. Like you're an asshole. Like you're more manipulative because you're probably doing something harder to pull off, first of all. But you can do it. Like con artists, you know, you can eventually fucking finagle something. Or like serving, like I've heard people just, when you have a tip, you'll put an extra 10 cents per, tip you put in. And eventually that adds up. 10 cents, like you close 16 tables, it's $1.60, you work 6 days a week, that's fucking $6-7.
Oh, you're saying illegally adding 10 cents?
Yeah, 10 cents. And like who's really gonna notice that when you're paying for things all the time? Like what, a 10 cents difference, unless you like kept the check.
Yeah.
So there's people that have done that before. I mean, there's ways to con it, but not like DMing somebody and then like getting money in your Venmo within 20 minutes. So
do you think a lot of people, like men in particular, were ready for that like thing? It kind of like hit in like a wave as like social media like ravaged through the population.
Men were like, ready for like
people weren't ready to get like I don't know. People
like Twitch or
no, I'm talking like just OnlyFans and just like random DMs. Like people weren't ready to like be finessed that hard.
No.
Like why not just go look up porn instead of OnlyFans? You know?
Yeah. No, true.
And like same thing with the Twitch thing, like, oh, I'm gonna give you $5 so you get like a sub or whatever, just so you can say my name, because I want you to say my name so bad. I'm gonna send you money so it pops up on your screen and you say, oh.
And like someone will do the biggest donation, so their name's just like constantly on the screen, that sort of thing. I think it really falls down to like, honestly, I feel like with our age group and like maybe the kids before us, there was a disconnect after that. Where like when we were freshmen, sophomores, so me and Laser met like first day of school, high school, Miss Dowell's English class. You should have seen.
We had some crazy people in that
class.
class.
Me and Marjo were like the first people to talk to you in that class. And on
an A day.
A day.
Period 1.
Yep. Right at the
crazy.
window, like you walk in, like it's facing the quad, you know. I remember we were sitting too. Like you would walk into the door and walk left, and we were in that back left corner facing the window out into the quad. And you would not believe like what this kid looked like when he moved from Bakersfield, bro. He had a mohawk, like cargo shorts, Nike Elites, strictly like black, khaki, white. And then by sophomore year, it was like completely different. This fool had like the craziest tan you've ever seen, fucking water polo swim beast.
Damn.
But like I was saying, there's that. We're meeting, and back then we were like skating to each other's houses, like constantly skating around town. People like barely were using their phones. Like Vincent had like a fucking iPad that he was using that could only work over Wi-Fi, and he would come to Morro Bay for 5 days at a time. Talk to his parents like once, you know?
That's so dope.
And so there was like really good social bonds made at that time without technology being influenced, and like we were getting good attention from friends that we made, family, whatever it was. Like there was a lot of pure tangible attention there. People growing up these days, there's like a social disconnect happening now, I feel like, where people aren't getting the tangible attention that they need, so they rely on this digital landscape and this digital attention because everything is online now. Like that means almost more than your normal life, you know, our online personas. Like that's the big thing. You care more about your online image than you do your own image, because who's going to see you in real life compared to like the 1,000 people that could look at your profile every day. So now I feel like no, we weren't ready for that, because people just will spend their money on nothing, literally nothing, to get like the smallest glimmer of just attention. It's weird to me, but all power to you if you can pull it off. But yeah, it's like scary.
You've been in the restaurant industry for a while.
Yeah.
We have to talk about that. That's only like fair.
All right.
What do you like? So you currently work at Taste downtown Paso.
Yes, sir.
You said, and you also worked on the Embarcadero in Morro Bay for like 4 years at a place called Dutchman's. 6 years? No.
Yes.
When did you start working?
15 and a half.
Sophomore year?
Sophomore year.
Okay.
Like literally the day I turned 15 and a half, my mom and dad like sent me like with my resume down to the Embarcadero. I dropped my resume off at the Dutchie, filled out an application, and they called me like on my skate home and said, hey, can you come in to train tonight?
That's dope.
So I borrowed my dad's shoes, had some black pants, and started busing that day. So I worked there from 15 and a half till like 21, mid 20s, 21, yeah. There was like a small year or so gap from the trip in between that, but for a long time I worked on the Embarcadero, and then Taste and Paso.
You like Taste more than the Embarcadero?
100%.
Elaborate.
So this has nothing to do with Dutchman Seafood House. Like I was treated great there. I love my coworkers there. I actually miss a lot of them, because I like grew up with them. A lot of them saw me when I was like a little kid and saw me grow into like a young man, basically. But the thing is, serving in Paso like made me, I feel like I was a waiter in Morro Bay. Like I'll come and get your drink order, I'll get your food, and that's it. Like that's all I'm good for. But I became a server in Paso, where I'm like going up to a table, how are you doing today? Oh, you folks went wine tasting, where did we go? Oh, Opala, that's awesome. I've been there before. I went with one of my coworkers. I really enjoy their Mountains Inn. We're gonna do wine tonight, mixed drinks, and like be able to like rap with the table a little bit, get to know some people. And I've gotten huge tips there compared to Morro Bay because the clientele is different. Like Paso people are coming to burn money. They're coming from down south. They're coming from up north for a little wine weekend. They're like going to multiple wineries a day, getting hammered, staying at an Airbnb or a freaking inn downtown. They're there to spend money and like celebrate. We're in Morro Bay. It's like a tourist destination. So you got people coming in with like 5 kids and fucking the baby's screaming and they just want fish and chips because it's Morro Bay, and it's just, I don't know. You make good money, but at the same time, you don't feel any gratification from your job. Like you make connections when you work at a nicer place. I feel like I've like served people that own wineries and now have like little tickets I can use to go in and get free tastings and stuff. And downtown Paso's a very close-knit community. We recommend each other's restaurants. Wineries will recommend us. We recommend you go to this place. And it's like a little family down there. I don't know. Like we were the only place like during the pandemic that didn't listen to laws the entire time, basically. Like when SLO was fucking takeout only, we were doing outdoor dining still. When everything was closed here, we're doing takeout there and like still letting people like sit down, and we won't serve them because you know that's the law technically, but you can get your food and go and eat it there. So I don't know, I like Paso a lot. It's like a different feel, different world out there.
And it feels like you've made friends with your coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you're definitely like a homebody person. Like, you rarely go downtown.
Nah, yeah, never.
You don't, like, you're not with massive groups of people going out frequently. Like, literally, the past 2 weeks, I've been home, like, every single day. You've also been home, and like, we've just been chill. Like, literally, like, I don't even want to go into detail because it's been so fucking chill. But, like, you, like... It's dope because it feels like you're making friends and like you talk about your coworkers and you're like, oh, like I'm friends with these people now.
Yeah. You know? It's because we opened a restaurant together, you know? Like there's not a lot of people that can say that. Like
True.
We were there since day one, growing pains and all of just like opening up a new place in the pandemic, mind you, which was even more who the fuck knows, because like every week things were changing. No one even knew what to do. So yeah, I really, really love like a lot of my coworkers, especially the ones that stayed until now. And those people know who they are.
And you've been there like one of the longest, right?
Yeah. First night, opening night, there's like 3 or 4 of us left. And we're all shift leads and pretty up there by now. But yeah, definitely shout out to Macy, Kara, Alexis, Ty, JP, and Will, even though you don't work there anymore. Like, fuck those guys, girls, man, been through some weird fucking shit opening up a restaurant. But
the craziest thing about it all is I'm actually happy that you brought that up. Something crazy that happened to you. You met somebody at work. I forgot his fucking name. We met him. And we just had this conversation like a week ago. His name wasn't Cam. It was...
Caleb?
Caleb.
Yeah. Shout out to Caleb, too. You don't work there anymore, but you were there.
You guys met at Taste or whatever. He dipped the fuck out, moved to another state. And then months later, Taj goes on a road trip.
Alright. Yeah, everything Laser just said. Caleb moves to Washington, and he moves to an area right near Tacoma, Olympia, which is like 2 hours outside of Seattle. So I fucking go up, road trip in my car by myself, and I go to Pike Place, which is this huge seafood market downtown Seattle where, fuck, dude, I guarantee 20,000 people pass through that every single day. And
they're throwing fish like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're throwing the fish, like catching it. And smiling, laughing. Seattle's sick, dude. I would live there in a heartbeat. But it is kind of morbid, super gray. I don't know if I can do it that much. But yeah, I'm walking up the stairs, and Caleb has a pretty distinct laugh. So I hear him laughing, and like immediately I like turn my head around, go Caleb. He flips his head around, Taj, and I fucking saw him on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, downtown Seattle. He lives 2 hours away. I'm there for 4 days, just driving up. Like, what are the odds?
Did he know you were road tripping in Seattle?
He knew I was in Washington.
Just because you like...
Because I messaged
it on
him.
Your story or something?
No, I messaged him. I was like, hey, we should like link up. But sadly, he had someone visiting him at that time, which is why they were at Pike Place and doing some touristy stuff too. But it just ended up being like serendipitous, like that just happened because who knows, dude. And you met Caleb on my birthday.
Yeah, no, he seemed chill as fuck, but that doesn't make sense. You're on a road trip in another state. Your ex-coworker lives in that state hours away, and you guys randomly meet each other fucking like at a monumental, like historical place.
Yeah.
Like, that's weird, bro.
That's like, yeah, fuck. I don't even know. It's like working at a place in like Wyoming, and then your coworker moves to fucking LA, and then you meet him at Newport Beach, like walking on the beach. You know what I mean? Like, what is the fucking odds of that? It's crazy. But yeah, but you were also a server though. Been a server for a long time. Same place for 6 years. Yeah.
Can we take a quick intermission?
Yeah.
Okay. I literally have fucking diarrhea.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh man.
We were talking about... You said I was serving. I didn't even want to talk about that unless you wanted to.
We don't have to. We don't have to.
It is funny. It is funny because, like, it's one of those things that are just... I mean, yeah. I don't know.
I forget about it sometimes.
I forget about it sometimes. People are like, wait, this isn't right.
Yeah, you serving tables?
It, honestly, like, now that you said that, I'm like, there's no way I serve tables. Like, that's not acceptable. But I do.
Obviously, yeah, you're doing a good job. You've been doing it for a while. I remember...
I swear, like, once every, like, 15 podcasts that happens.
Really?
And I swear to God, fucking CJ. You don't remember CJ?
Who?
CJ? No, you remember CJ from high school. We had an ASB with him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Or I think he was in ASB, but... Like, he watched this one video. It came out, like, my fucking nose. Because it just goes down the wrong pipe. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. And then, like, literally, like, a week later, I dropped another video where the same thing happens, but they were filmed months and months and months apart. And now this one's, like, months and months later.
Like, we won't even see this for months, too. Like, this is going to drop.
Dude, I might try and drop yours and Liv's before 2021's over. Who knows, some New Year's shit. I have no fucking idea. But there's some people that are really good servers. Like, there's this one lady in particular, or there's a couple ladies in particular that I know that are just, like, really good servers. Like, they're very good at, like, taking a table under their wing and just making everything go so fucking smooth, and like the way they talk, and they're like nice and loud but like not too loud, and they're able to just like read the table and like upsell a lot of things, you know?
Yeah,
which is hard.
That's jokes and stuff.
Yeah. I can't do any of that shit. Like,
it depends on how busy I am, because like sometimes sections are just big, and I just can't do it if it's full. Like, I can't give you my full undivided attention. But if it's like a slower night and I have 3 or 4 tables, like, I can give you great service. Like, be a nice, charismatic young kid. Which is weird. It's weird being, like, good in a serving environment and bad in other social environments. Because it's the same shit. You're going up to a group of strangers. Like, I can walk up to 15 random strangers. They could be my age, and I'll have a great time, be able to talk to them, no worries. But then you throw me in a party, and it's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I find that weird.
Before we jump to the party thing, one thing that me and you both agree on, we fucking hate day shifts. Fuck the day shifts.
Day
and especially on a
So
weekday.
yeah. I only work 1 day shift a week, which is Monday, which is cool because I can get off Monday night and it's like my Friday, and like the week is where it's at, the weekdays. But fuck, weekend, dude, I can never do, like, the day crowd is just such a weird group of people. I don't know.
Yeah, because, I mean, and for so many reasons, it's like, this is almost how I envision the day crowd, at least in Morro Bay a little bit. And sorry whoever this offends, because you know how these tangents get sometimes. Yeah. But it's almost like, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what the day shift almost kind of feels like. It's like couples or families, or sometimes the individual fuck that comes in.
Yeah,
wants,
the
like,
one person.
Table service. It's like, bro, just go to fucking Taco Bell. It's the same shit. You're gonna be happier. They have to spend less money, and you're not even tipping us anyway.
What annoys me more about that is, like, I have a full bar at our restaurant, so you can, like, go and sit at the bar. You know what I mean? Yeah. But no, you want to, like, sit down at, like, a table this big by yourself, a table that can sit 4 people, and you're gonna take up that one spot by yourself. And yeah, you're gonna order $20, and you're gonna tip 3. You just wasted a fucking hour of my time. You know what I mean?
This almost feels like this is the day crowd. It's like some couples and some families, and they're like, it's almost like, I don't want to say their marriages are falling apart, but they're like, hey, like, as a family, as a couple, we need to spend more time together. Babe, what should we do on Saturday morning? Like, maybe, we haven't done this in so long. Fuck, let's go to lunch. It's on me. That's what it almost feels like. And they fucking come in and they're
like socially awkward.
And dude, I've had so many more people complain during the day shift versus the night shift. Like, the night shift's just overall a general hey, like, we're gonna go get dinner right now. We're gonna chill the fuck out here. We're gonna obviously get drinks too. It's dinner time. Like, we're balling. We're at a restaurant. Like, fuck it. You know, like, that's the vibe of the night shift. And then the day shift, they're always in a rush. They, like, statistically speaking, I get less of a tip during the day. Well, I think, for me at least.
It's a cheaper bill. Like, dude, nighttime,
less
alcohol.
Of a percent.
Yeah,
less of a percent. Like,
exactly.
During the day, it's like, I feel like it's consistently like 15 to 18% of the bill I'm getting tipped, versus nighttime, it's like,
you can get like 20, you can get 20, like, and then 20. You can get that odd 30, you know, where they're just like drunk and they're feeling in a mood. You know, it's the worst actual crowd is like the Sunday brunch crowd. After church, fucking, I don't know. I despise Sunday brunch. I haven't worked that many of them, but oh my god, they're like, I'm not a happy person in the morning for the most part.
Yeah, I mean...
You know what I mean? Like, most people aren't. But yet, like, they'll come in at 10 a.m. and, like, ruin your fucking day. Try to ruin your day. We've talked about this before, like, being servers, like, don't take any of that shit home. It's literally you know?
Yes, you said this. I fucking shout out Johnny Teardrops. That fool's a savage. I showed Taj the Johnny Teardrops podcast, the second one that just came out, and Taj, there was a section of Johnny Teardrops saying that the customers need to treat the servers better. obviously on paper, yeah, fuck it, why not? My argument was like, why do they need to treat you better during this COVID pandemic thing? Like, obviously that's dope if they're treating you great, but why do you even care if they're treating you like shit? Like, aren't you there to secure your bag and to get the highest percentage tip as possible and just to do your fucking thing and to like walk out there and literally forget everything that just happened? Well, not like, oh, my day was so shitty, I'm gonna forget it all. No, it's like, dope. Just work 6 hours, made my money, peace the fuck out, y'all. I got plans. I'm gonna go hang out with people I want to hang out with. Yeah. And then Johnny was like, dude, these people are like eating my soul. That's what it kind of felt like. And then I remember you were like, yo, like Johnny kind of takes that shit home with him. And it kind of came out on the podcast a little bit. And then I was like, dude, I need to bring this up on our podcast.
Yes. Sometimes, for sure, I've taken it home, but not from a customer. It's mostly just been like, I just got fucked over, like, tables-wise. Like, everybody was not busy, and I was super busy. And I feel like I got my ass worked, and nobody did, and whatever. I'll take that stuff home, because I feel like that's a little bit more unfair and in your power. But with tables, if you're a server, like, you pick your fights, man. You have 4 tables. 2 of those tables you probably have great rapport with. Their bills, I don't know, relatively high. So fucking pay good attention to them. Give them better service. If that guy's being an asshole to you, get them their drinks, get them their food, do what your job is, and then fucking forget about them. I don't know. That's where I'm like, if they're an asshole to you, fucking right when you clock out, listen to some music on the way home, and then come home to your fucking roommates and your buddies, and dude, tomorrow this person you won't even remember their face. So
you remember when that thing came out on Instagram?
Oh, like the
treat, and it was like, oh, restaurants just opened, everyone's understaffed, like if you go out to a restaurant, make sure you treat your server well. And like I said 2 minutes ago, that sounds great on paper. Like, yeah, why the fuck not do that? But, like, I want to know right now, like, please, if you're watching this, call my ass. Like, you guys have my fucking number. Why was that, like, like, I saw that on, like, dozens of people's story.
Yeah.
And it was, like, because we're in a pandemic and you're like understaffed or whatever, all of a sudden you're now requesting people to like treat you better, specifically in the restaurant industry. Like, why is that a thing? Like, why are you putting that on your story?
Well, regardless,
like, tell me, explain it to me.
Regardless, there's no reason for you to be an asshole obviously, to your server.
Though. Yeah, obviously.
Anyways,
on paper.
You know what I mean? On paper, but like,
why the post though? Tell me the viral post, what it meant, why it got stated, why it got implemented. I wanted to ask Johnny, but he was going off.
Yeah, he was going off.
I couldn't have this conversation, and I've been wanting to have this conversation.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, like, a couple of my coworkers did that too, but
everybody did it. Everybody, every fucking person did it. I just don't get it. And I'm not saying, dude, like, fuck all that. I'm gonna get a dick. No. I'm not disagreeing. Treat them bad. I just want to know why everyone started posting that now.
Yeah, like, why this year? Like, not what, years ago, or just in general?
Sure. We'll start with that, sure.
Okay, restaurants are relatively... some restaurants are understaffed, for sure. And some are better off. When I think of my restaurant, I don't think we're, like, understaffed. We got a lot of people working every night, you know? I don't know why that went viral though. Like, what's the reasoning for it? Maybe fucking... I will say some people have been like... Maybe it's the mask thing and you're just like not seeing someone's full facial expression all the time. But some people have been meaner than normal. However, that is 45 minutes of your day. Of 24 hours of a whole week, of a whole month. So, I don't know. And even the worst people that have been assholes to me have still tipped me like 15% at least. So, I don't know. I've never been stiffed in Paso.
Why do people get affected when people are treating them shitty at a restaurant? Like, assuming they're gonna get it like at least 15%, if not like a 20% tip. Like, if someone's like, for me, I feel like if someone's treating me bad, it's like, oh shit, this person's having a bad day. I'm going to literally like come like to you and like make sure like we get you out of here like alive. You know, like, oh, like
maybe
I will,
even in a better mood than you got.
Yeah, and I'm not like, I just want to like make sure that I'm like understanding you properly and like blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like, some people just get so offended right off the get go. Oh my god, I don't want to go back to that table. But honestly, maybe you going back to that table, like chilling with the dude, getting a little close, or woman, and like making sure their shit's constantly refilled. You know, like that might give them a little like kick in the butt.
I honestly am more scared to go up, or like, I don't know, hesitant to go up to a table after I mess up something on their table. Like, if they're an asshole, they're an asshole. And dude, honestly, I swear to God, most of the time, if you give them enough time and they get some food in their stomachs and like a drink, maybe they're just hangry. And now they're sitting down, they're eating a good meal, everything's tasting good, and they will lighten up by the end of the meal. Rarely are they an asshole the entire time. Rarely. However, if I fuck something up on the table, which doesn't happen that often, it did happen in the beginning, because taste is like, Jesus Christ. That menu is so like hard to not mess up sometimes.
Really? Why?
There's just too many options. Like, I've been a server a long time, and I used to be able to go up to a 6 top without a notepad and be able and be able to take your order. Like, my memory is very solid. Like,
damn, that's really impressive.
But taste, dude, 2 top, and I'm like, oh my god, fuck. Hopefully I remember everything.
Even a 6 top that doesn't, like, that's, I mean, you can serve 6 people, but everyone wants like a special thing like added or taken off their food item.
Yeah, but if you're working at like a fish and chips place, like, how often are they gonna be like super picky about something? You know what I mean?
I mean,
that was the rules. Like, before I was a server, there was an older server, and Jimmy would let me take one of his last tables if I went up without a notepad, because that's what he did. So like, that was the deal. Like, I could get the tips of this table and like go be a server if I didn't write it down.
He would do that to all of his tables?
Yeah, pretty much.
No.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But like, taste with a 2 top, oh dude, it's like fucking borderline impossible. I've only done it a couple of times because I like forgot my pen and they're already talking, so I'm not gonna be like, oh, okay, stop for a second, let me go get my pen. So I'm just like sitting there and they're, yeah, can I get a Baja burger, lettuce wrapped, sauce on the side, and a blue cheese bacon caramelized onion mac and cheese, and a Caesar salad, no cheese. And then the second person goes, and then they spit out their 4 items, and then their 2 drinks. And I'm literally like running to the computer, just like hoping I can fucking put it in, and then I send the food, drop it off, and I'm praying to God like I didn't fuck something up. It's hard there. Like, it is very, very hard. But like I said, it doesn't happen that often anymore, like mess ups. It's kind of like a beginning thing. You get over it after a while. But that is a complicated menu compared to most other places.
This wouldn't be a podcast between us if we did not talk a little about Call of Duty. Because we have crazy different opinions on that.
Alright. Fuck.
Taj is about that new, like, modern warfare fucking, just, you know, like, from, like, 2017, 2018, and, like, onward in terms of, like, Call of Duty. Like, Taj likes to be able to slide and peek around doors and corners and, like, open the doors. And, like, some of the maps on the Modern Warfare game that came out in 2019, those maps are fucking ridiculous. They're huge. They make zero sense to me. Like, in my brain, like, the metas they use, like, the meta, and, like, I hate the tactical stem. I fucking hate that shit. Like, It's like the kill streak suck, the perk sucks, dead silence isn't a perk. I talked about all of this with Andy, so I'm not gonna like do a crazy repeat, but like...
What was Andy's opinion on it?
He kind of agreed with everything I said.
Really?
I think so. So. He was like, "Oh yeah, like that's stupid. The shit with the dead silence, the shit with the red dot on the mini map. Like if you it's so weird. If you have like if you don't have a silencer, you pop up on it. No, that makes sense. If you shot with a silencer on, I think you came up as a red dot if they had a UAV or some shit and you like still had to go. There was like some weird shit going on.
But that got like patched.
Okay.
Alright.
And then I like the more old school Call of Duty. You can't slide. There's no doors to be fucking open. The maps are beautiful. They spend a lot of time making the classic 3-lane maps. The maps are small enough to where 6v6 feels kind of packed sometimes on certain maps, which is perfect. Like you want like the games back then were over before the time limit reached. A lot of these games on the maps, like Modern Warfare, the 2019 version, they would like go down to the time limit. I fucking hate the stim thing. The perks were better in the old games. Dead silence was a perk, so you could move around the map without people sound whoring you. There wasn't skill-based matchmaking back then, and if there was, back in Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, the original Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 3, like those 5 games, World at War, like those 5 or 6 games right there, like the skill-based matchmaking wasn't really a thing, and if it was very minimal. And when the lobby finished, you went back to the lobby with the same team, like the same enemy team, the same players you were with. It didn't kick everybody out, you know what I mean? Like in these newer games, it fucking boots you to another fucking lobby. Like what if you want to play the team you just faced again in a public match? Like you guys are all on mics talking shit. You have your fucking clan with you. Like, yeah.
Wow. That was...
But it's all opinion.
That was a fucking lot that you just laid down on the table just now. Whew. I don't even know where to start on my defense. I feel like you're like a fucking big time lawyer in New York City, like one of those down and dirty, and you just fucking aired out like all my dirty laundry, and now it's on the table, and I've been called up to the stand, and now I gotta fucking convince the jury that like...
And like I've been hanging out with the judge on like weekends.
Yeah, you've been golfing with the judge on weekends. Like fuck.
Like my kids are like same sports teams as their
same
kids. Same school.
Like they're kicking at the same house. Whew. Okay. I think, first of all, you didn't give it enough time, I don't think. I think when you started playing it, the game was extremely broken. Maps, no one knew the maps. No one knew the right spots to be. Even like sliding, sprinting, bunny hopping, all that shit, stimming wasn't even that big back then. Like people weren't as sweaty, it was more campy. And like that game's fucked up for camping, like extremely shitty. Like
the graphics are darker.
Yeah.
Versus a more like Call of Duty Vanguard that just came out. At least those graphics were like more vibrant.
Yeah. But if you gave it a shot and you stuck with it, that's when the skill gaps of everything... Like, you've watched me play that game. And I'm sure you would not deny that, like, if me and you played each other, I would smack you.
Yeah,
in this COD.
1000%.
That's just because I played so much of it that I, like, know the maps. I know, like, when spawns flip and this and that. I know exactly where they're going to be, like, predictable shit. You know what I mean? And that's with every Call of Duty. However, I'm not, like, an old Call of Duty fan like you. I didn't play Modern Warfare and I didn't play MW2. Like, I played Black Ops... No, MW3 was the first Call of Duty I bought. And I really liked that one. And I played All or Nothing, and I was, like, 5,000 in free-for-all by the end of my career on that one, I guess. I think you give it a lot of hate because you don't like change. you don't like change in games in general. Like Halo, for instance. There's a new Halo coming out, and I've shown you gameplay of that, and you're like, I don't like how this looks. Because you're used to like Halo 3 and you want it to stay like that. I feel like you should embrace the change. I don't hate old Call of Duties. Like, I feel like you hate Modern Warfare. Like, you fucking hate it.
Yeah, with all your heart. It's literally...
Like, it, like, grits your teeth. It ruins
nights for me, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, I've literally like, started playing and then, like, left sadder.
Like, when we were trying to camp and those guys were camping better than us.
That was fun.
Yeah, but we ended the game and you were, like, in the fucking kitchen, you're like, fuck that guy. Like, we need to find him again. And, like... Oh no, I feel like once you get to a certain skill gap, it's super fun. Like, you saw me drop a nuke, and like there's a disparity. And you loved Warzone when it came out. Like when you and Andy were playing Warzone, dude, we were like top ranked basically at the time when it first came out. Me and Andy were 1%.
Yeah, you guys were fucking going ham. Like, okay. I don't like that there is a skill gap in that game. In other Call of Duties, you couldn't do the slide cancel, you couldn't do the slide, you couldn't do the jump. You could jump shot, but in this game you're just jumping way farther.
Basically, the only thing that was the skill gap was just like map knowledge and being more savvy.
Yeah, and like everyone was on the same playing fields. Right. In these new games, they're like, oh, like it's fine, we'll just do the skill-based matchmaking. So people like me get put in shittier lobbies and people like you get put in gnarlier lobby. Like, that was the answer to they created a skill gap, didn't know what to do with it, and they just slapped open a sticker on it, and that sticker is skill-based matchmaking. And that, in my opinion, that's just, like, all fucked. And, like, honestly, like, I feel like a lot of, like, every YouTuber that I've clicked on that, like, plays COD that I, like, follow and shit, they're like, fuck these games. Besides maybe, like, obviously, like, Handler likes it, Futives likes it, but...
Fuck, yeah, I don't know.
Okay, Dead Silence being a field upgrade, that's the most broken shit ever, because the only way, like, when I watch you use Dead Silence as your field upgrade, you'll pop it and you'll have it for multiple minutes because you're able to get a kill and reset the timer on it.
Yeah,
not everybody can do that.
Not everyone can do that. That's like having it as a perk, though, and you have it all fucking game.
I know, but you get to do that, but I can't. Therefore, it's not fair. That's such a big skill gap. You get to run around the map, going faster, too. Like, it's broken. Like, they need to make their own game and call it, like, the fucking CSGO or Rainbow Six Siege or, like, Apex Legends. Like, keep Call of Duty a slower-paced game so anyone can... get home after work or get home after school and just pick up a controller, hop into two public matches. Like, that used to be a thing. That literally used to be a thing.
There's some guys, like, some dads out there that are, like, living in fucking Kentucky. They just came back from their 9-to-5 job. They're cracking open, like, a cold beer. The fucking mom's taking care of the kids. They're like, I'm going to play Call of Duty. I only have time for, like, 2 matches of domination. Yes. And then they play some kids like me and Andy.
Yes.
And literally just get their fucking night ruined.
And they're like, oh, this feels different than 10 years ago.
It's same shit happened with fucking Fortnite, though. Skill gaps, you know?
Yeah, well, that was going to happen.
Yeah.
That game wasn't, like, I don't know. I don't know. And I'm down to move on to better subjects. Just because I feel like anyone, like...
Most people aren't going to understand
no one knows what we just said. But, okay, let's talk about something. We've been talking about we've been watching hella fucking movies.
We have been watching hella fucking movies.
We've been watching some crazy movies.
So...
I want to talk about Django Unchained.
You want to talk about Django Unchained?
I want to talk about Django Unchained.
Not Fight Club. Wow.
Let's talk about Django Unchained first.
Okay. We started with Django Unchained, by the way, on our little movie streak we got going on right now.
We watched Django Unchained, The Godfather, Goodfellas, Fight Club, and there was more before that. We've watched more than 4 movies.
Squid Game is going on currently. Dude, props to this guy because he is watching Squid Game like it's fucking Game of Thrones, like season 7. It's coming out once a week. Like, he will only watch an episode once a week. We still got 2 more to go, and he's fucking staying strong.
3 more. right?
No, it's
only 2 more?
I think it's 8 episodes or 9 episodes.
9 episodes.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll find out next week.
Yeah. But, okay, Django Unchained. What do you want to talk about it?
I remember before watching it, and I knew I was going to watch it before I died, for sure. 1000%. Like, yeah. And I'm going to watch every Quentin Tarantino. We watched Kill Bill 2, Volume 1 as well.
Yeah, we need to watch Kill Bill Volume 2 when we're all free. Yeah.
That'll happen soon. But, the Django Unchained, I remember watching like an interview with Quentin Tarantino. I think he was on like DJ Vlad or some shit.
Are you talking about him being called a racist because he said the N-word?
A ton of times in the movie. Mm-hmm. And that's what I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
I think it's the exact polar opposite. I think that is not racist because the way Quentin, and I like just watched this movie for the first time, what I got from that is like, he painted such a crazy, vivid fucking picture about what life was like back then. Buying fucking people and having them fight to the death. That happened, bro.
Yeah.
Feeding people to fucking dogs. Like, they're saying the N-word like crazy to show you literally what life was going on like back then. And then these people that hear the movie, see the movie, they're like offended because of how many times the N-word was said in that movie.
Honest or...
It like that offended them, and they're like, oh my god, like this is crazy, he's racist, when in reality I think you're actually racist because like you can't handle the truth that you probably feel deep down inside. So like when somebody who's not racist and a G like Quentin Tarantino comes out and like paints this masterpiece, I thought it was a pretty good movie.
Yeah,
I thought it was a pretty good movie.
I mean, I think it's regarded as like definitely a top, like one of his top 3, and he has a bunch of movies all over the place on the top 100, I'm sure.
Yeah. No, I thought the way he did it, I thought it came out really fucking good, and like that, like the people that are like, oh, like no, they said the N-word all these times, like. I think you're racist for having that hate and experience from the truth being told in front of you. Like you watched it and like, you were like, oh my god.
He didn't make the movie fucking get the idea, make the movie, write it, screenplay, film it, just so he could have 5 minutes on screen and say the N-word 4 times.
He did that to show you what society was like and still is like.
And think about his best movies, man. Like, Samuel L. Jackson is literally a staple in some of his best movies. Like, I think calling him racist is pretty... You're talking about a guy who literally made a movie about Nazi Germany, Jewish people, that whole thing. Freaking, yeah, Django Unchained. You got Pulp Fiction which deals with some more risque parts as well. I think that's just weird that people would... That's like cancel culture shit right there. Just for the sake of doing it. You know what I mean? And I know that exists. I didn't watch it though. So I don't know like what they were like trying to pin on him.
Is my opinion extreme?
Fuck no.
You can kind of see what I'm saying, right? Like the truth hurts you that bad.
Yeah, like, and your opinion's not extreme because Quentin Tarantino is not canceled. He's still out there making movies. So there's a majority of the people think like you compared to the other way around. I don't know how much I agree with if you are mad about that, you must be inwardly racist as well. Because like, what if it was black people that were mad about it, you know? How would they be racist about hearing that word? So
I was kind of only focused on like
white people,
white folk.
That's a whole another can of worms, I think. But I think that was a story that needed to be told, and we're better off watching it.
That shit was fucking brutal, bro. I was like thinking like, really about the fucking brutal.
The dog scene's fucked.
The dog scene. I thought
like when they're playing the harp and like the fight to the death scene. That's fucked. Also,
that's fucked. Crazy.
Yeah. And yeah, that shit did happen. Had to have, That's ugly stuff. And speaking of fighting, we did watch Fight Club last night. And what did you, now that you've had 24 hours to think about that movie, where does that stand in some of the best movies you've seen?
And it'd be crazy for I don't know. I don't even know if I could rank it in terms I couldn't just give you a number and put a number on it.
Okay.
There's no way I could do that because there's a lot of good movies, but that movie was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it all day today, just that shit's real with the whole mental health thing and the I guess multi-personality I like how that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
The movie was funny. There was a little love story going on. There was good action. I like how you never settled in your chair because Brad Pitt was always taking you on the next thing, 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 and you're oh my god, this movie doesn't stop. But it was painted together perfectly.
Yeah, no skips, no jumps, which is what you fucking hated about Goodfellas. Is it goes from this and now it's 5 months later, and then they stay for a day, and now it's 4 years later.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely. Dude, it's such a uniquely filmed movie, and now that we watched it again, I can tell why you would like it. That seems like something you would film, with one of your skits or something. You have the fucking voice in the background. The funny thing is you actually never learn Edward Norton's real name.
In the thing?
Mm-hmm.
Tyler.
That's not his real name.
That's not his real name?
Mm-mm. That's the persona that he made up for himself.
Oh. Did his boss at work call him his name at all?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
In the credits, it's literally just the narrator. He doesn't have a name. Which is crazy. Yeah, the whole movie is a fucking fever dream, basically. And that could happen. There's probably shit like that around. Little cults sprung up.
That shit was kind of culty.
Yeah, it's probably hella invigorating, though. The first scene was punch me in the face.
Yeah.
Have you been punched in the face, I've never gotten into a fight, never been punched, but I could see how that would be you're feeding off adrenaline. Then you do that every single week, and you're just fucking feeding off of it, and it just grows, But yeah, crazy fucking movie.
The part where Brad Pitt's punch me or whatever, and then Edward Norton there's a little build up, and then he punches him, and then he hits him in the ear. And it's oh fuck, that probably hurt.
Dude, you were laughing.
That probably hurt more.
Yeah, you were fucking cackling on that too. No, I don't know how I'm gonna follow that one up. Movie wise,
there's more movies out there. I want to watch Godfather too.
That's
because your mom said that was good.
Better than the first.
Better than the first. I'm down. Let's see it.
I don't remember it being better than the first. I'm dude, it's that one. I feel is an even more complicated story than the first one. We were doing a lot of explaining and looking shit up in the first one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be twice as much in the second one, which maybe isn't a bad thing, but it's still fucking complicated. Very, very complicated.
Let's introduce you a little bit. Can you tell whoever's watching this where you're from? Because you are a local. Mm-hmm. You're a local person. You've been here for a minute. Your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us your age, where you're from, where you went to elementary school, middle school, high school, college.
Okay. I was born August 1st, 1998 at the hospital right across the street over here, not French, but the one across from it. I grew up primarily in Los Osos and went to Monarch Grove Elementary with the two names I could pull out of a hat right now that most people would probably know. It would be Evan Weisberg and Jack Malzone. Shane Espy as well for a second. Isaac Van Pudi. Then went to Los Osos Middle School, Morro Bay High School, and then Cuesta currently, hopefully not for much longer. But born and raised, I consider Los Osos my actual home now. More than anywhere else. Like, that's where I feel the most comfortable. Like, you could drop me anywhere in Los Osos and I'll find my way home. I don't know if I could say that about every other town. But, yeah. Local kid, I guess.
And I feel like you live... I feel like you know a fair amount of people. Like, tight-knit community. You guys all kind of, like, grew up together.
Definitely a good amount. I don't know if, like, a lot of people... I feel like I consider myself, like, I don't know, in the background most of the time. Like, people will know who I am, but I feel like I don't converse with a lot of people as much as, like, you would. I definitely know a lot more people, like, a little bit older, and then especially, like, people I've been connected with through, like, my dad and my mom. Because my dad and my mom also grew up around here, so they're local, and, like, a lot of people, very personable people, so I can't, like, go to a bar in, like, Los Osos without seeing somebody I know.
Are you
like,
serious?
Probably getting a drink. Yeah.
Damn.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah. But only Los Osos. But yeah, good amount of people, I would say. More coastal than, like, slow. I feel like I don't know that many slow people.
It's kind of crazy, like, me and you have been friends for, like, a while. Like, literally, like, 9 years.
I was about to say, going on a decade.
Yeah, going on a decade, literally.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. I appreciate you coming on this, too.
Yeah, bro,
for sure.
Of course.
What was I gonna say? Oh, like, okay, so, like last year when you weren't living here, we saw each other, but it wasn't frequently.
No,
right?
Not at all.
Not at all, really.
Like,
but, like, we stayed in touch.
Yeah. But I only saw you, like, what, 5-6 times a year?
Are you serious?
Yeah. Right?
Since when, though?
I feel like since I got back from my trip.
So you're saying you got back in 2019. What was I
Yes.
doing? Okay, I did leave for a year.
Yeah, so you came back,
like summer 2020. Since summer 2020. Yeah, I guess I kind of was doing my own thing that summer.
Mm-hmm.
Just with different people.
Yeah.
Living around.
Like, I saw Squid a lot, Nick a lot, Orion when he's here a fuck ton. I did not see you, Evan, or Vince that often. Because I didn't come to SLO for any reason.
Yeah.
I may have saw you guys on the occasional paint night at, like, Paisley and Lex and Hayla's house. But...
And then, like, some Christmas shit. We did something... we had a party at Lex and Paisley's house when they lived at Mustang.
Mm-hmm.
Like, summer 20...
That was, like, right when I got back.
And then again, like, summer 2020. Like, weren't we doing shit and you came to a function one time? Summer 2020. Or was that summer 2019?
I think that was summer 2019.
Fuck, okay.
Yeah. Because summer 2020 was, like, pandemic still. We weren't doing shit. Right? Yeah. Because
we
2020...
were doing shit.
Yeah. But not throwing that many parties, I don't feel like. I came to a function here where, like, the police came up to the fucking side door. They're like, oh,
I don't think I was here.
Oh, you weren't here for that. Yeah. Yeah, no, they're like, you guys have 12 people here in the state. Mandates that only 10 people can have a gathering and blah, blah, blah. And we had to, like, convince them not to fucking give us a ticket or something. That was weird. Super weird. No, but it's weird because me and you were super close for, like, a year or two in high school. Like, sophomore to to junior year, maybe sophomore year.
I feel like freshman year and sophomore year.
Freshman year and sophomore year, and then like, yeah, obviously like stayed relatively close since then.
Neighbors
for yeah.
We saw each other for sure.
A fuck ton, but then, yeah, there was that weird 2-year period where we didn't hang out that much, but we're close because mutual friend groups.
Yeah.
And then now we're living in the same house, which I never...
Literally hanging out every day, seeing each other every day.
Every single day.
It's funny, and where I was going with that, it's funny because, like, you're kind of seeing... Like, you've met some of, like, my people that, like, I kick it with and, like, stay in touch with and, like, do, like, some, like, podcasty shit with, you know what I mean? Like, you've met some of those people, and that's like... That's funny. You know what I mean? Like, because those people are, like, fucking... just like out there.
Yeah.
You know?
No, they really are. Well, I missed the whole shelter thing too. Yeah. So like that to me almost seems like a myth. Like I don't know if it actually happened or not, you know. I hear all these things about it, like the shelter, the dirty dungeon, yet I never got to see it or experience it besides from like the Snapchats and stuff, which I would wake up to. In Australia, it was like my favorite part of the day. I'm like drinking coffee and just seeing delinquency in the morning.
And that was going on like every weekend.
Like every
Literally,
weekend.
Like every weekend.
Yeah.
You never met Quinn Hall, right?
Mm-mm.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a really funny person. And they're still around. They just like doing their own thing. Like would not hang out with me ever again, probably.
Really?
I mean, I did nothing wrong, but they're at they're
different place.
Completely different place, yeah.
That was like a melting pot of a lot of people just, I think, finding themselves. I don't know, I wasn't there. So I hear fun things about it, though. Funny things about it.
And then you don't really go downtown slow.
Mm-mm.
No, and I'm on your same page right now. Like I have not been going. Like I don't even have fun going anymore, unless it's like special occasion. Like for Liv's Bar Crawl, like we'll definitely like I will be excited to go to that.
Yeah.
But for like a bunch of other shit, it's just like.
I don't know. I feel like when I was traveling, I was going out a lot and drinking a lot and got like the whole I can go to bars thing out of my system pretty heavily at that point. So by the time I came back and I was turning 21, it just wasn't as fun to me. Like going downtown is just not fun at all because you're gonna fucking pregame at a house, get relatively drunk, Uber downtown because nobody can drive, fucking go into whatever line you want to and you wait 30 minutes and then you finally get inside and then you're inside for 20 minutes and everyone goes, oh, this isn't even that sick, let's go over to fucking Motab, which is always where everyone ends up. So then you fucking leave after your one drink and you go to Motab and you wait another 30 minutes in line and then you get another drink and by that time you're sober and like you've paid for 2 expensive drinks, you fucking paid for an Uber already, and it just I don't know. I fucking don't see the appeal.
COVID definitely had or still has an effect on downtown. Like the lines literally move slower. Like
yeah, because like only a certain amount of people can be up or like God, whatever the rules are. I've only been twice since COVID happened.
I mean, I think in 2019 in 2019 when I first turned 21, that was like I had a ton of fun.
Okay.
Like big groups of people that were going like all at once. Like you used to be able to bar hop, like wait in line like 5 minutes, get in, go to this bar, 5 minutes, get in. Like the lines were just fucking flowing every night. But like right now, 2021, like the times I've been like from beginning of this year to like up until now, it's just like insane. Like the lines don't fucking move, and like if they are moving, you're there for like at least like 20-30 minutes.
Right. You said you'd have fun if you were with the right group.
Yeah, no, I did say that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just so not appealing to me at this point. Like, if I'm gonna get a drink, like, I'd rather honestly just go to a nice place and get, like, a good drink with people that I like, with, like, a group of people that I enjoy, than fucking go downtown and whatever that leads to. Fucking walking home at 2:30 a.m. or whatever it is. So, however, our friend group, they fucking love that shit, bro.
Yeah.
They fucking love that shit.
There's some people that can go multiple times a weekend and just like thrive and just like love that environment.
I don't know how you afford it.
I would need to be like pretty fucked up. Like shots on shots on shots to go. And like have fun, I guess. And that's so sad and shitty to say, but it's just like,
well,
being sober or sober-ish. Like, I went recently and I was, like, sober and I was just like, dude, like, this is, like...
So I've never gone downtown with you.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about this the other night. So I've never gone downtown with Laser. However, I've picked you up from downtown twice now.
Yeah.
And both times, like, I'm driving home from work. Laser texts me, like, right when I get home. He's like, hey, I just left. Do you think you can give me a ride home? I'll give you a text. I'm like, oh, if I'm still awake, I can do it. And this fool will text me back like 35 minutes later and be like, I'm ready to go. Like, you'll come and make an appearance, like probably not even get a drink, and you'll just say what's up to some people and then say your goodbyes and go.
Yeah, I mean... I think there's special circumstances sometimes. Like one of them, it was like Dre's birthday. He was like, "Yo, I'm going downtown tonight. Meet me." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm coming." Literally just to say hi to you and like kick it with you for a little bit, you know. Mm-hmm. And then I mean, the time that you picked me up, I went with I think it was like Julian, like
Orion.
Nick, Orion, like Squid. It was like
I took you and Orion home. Remember that? Orion was like laying in my back seat. And then Squid ended up walking all the way back. And that was right when Orion marching, yeah.
I just remember like I was with them and then it was like dope because we were posted as a squad. We were all chilling together. And then next thing you know, like everybody started talking to, and I'm not saying this is wrong, but like everyone started talking to like girls, and I'm like kind of bouncing around like, oh, like what conversation do I want to be a part of? Like who do I want to, whose vibe is like, whose vibe just like smells fresh and I can just like, you know, absorb, gain some energy from. Like I gain energy from like love and the atmosphere and the vibe and like the people, you know? And just like every conversation was just like it just didn't feel normal. And I literally was like, dude, I need to get the fuck out of here. Like it felt like no one was like, they were just talking to like these hot girls that and it just like, who the fuck knows if it led anywhere?
Well, obviously it didn't for most, but...
Well, we don't know that. Who knows what, you know, they could have gotten phone numbers, Snapchats.
That is
talking
true.
to them this day, you know, who the fuck knows. But, yeah I mean, it almost like happened all at once. It's just everyone started talking to like other people.
Like a herd mentality.
And then I was just like, I'm literally standing here. And, like, I just went from talking to my homies to, like... That's why I like going with a fuck ton of people, like 20 people. Because that never fucking happens. You always have somebody to talk to.
Did I tell you that night that someone got in my car?
No.
Some random person? Oh, my God. I was, like, sitting in front of Motab, and I'm, like, waiting for you. I texted you or something. And some, like, drunk guy, like, walks... Like, looks at my car, looks at me in the car, walks around, like, opens the door, sits down, puts the seatbelt on, and then looks at me, and I was like, excuse me? And he's just like, starts laughing. He's like, oh my fucking god, bro. Like, unclicks it, still on the phone, opens the door, slams it, and like walks away. The weirdest shit I've ever seen.
The fool on the other phone, he's like, yeah, like, I'm in a great Tacoma.
Doubt it, bro. Like,
really?
I don't know what the fuck this guy was doing, man. But that happened, and then 5 seconds later, you, like, walk out. And I think I was just too stunned to say anything at that point. And then also Ryan jumped into my fucking back seat. And I didn't have the seats up, so I was just trying to mob out.
You went to Outside Lands recently. How was your experience?
It was fun. I loved the group of people I was with. I didn't like the crowd there. People were like angry for no reason.
Some like San Francisco, like speedy vibes.
Yeah, like I don't even know how to explain it. I've never had that shit happen so many times, but like you're at a music festival, right? You paid $300 or whatever it is. There's so many people there. You're never going to get a good view. It's packed. I don't give a fuck if you've been like waiting for 4 hours to get to the shitty spot that you're at. Like, you're at a music festival. If you're with a group of people and you're like pushing through, fucking better to you. Like, I will let people pass. I will let people go past either way. But people there were just getting so, like, angsty and so angry over, like, the smallest things. Like, keep it moving. Like, don't stop in front of us. What the fuck are you doing? This and that. And it's just, like, why? You're at a music festival. Who cares, bro? Especially during, like, a day set. Doesn't even matter. So, just, I don't know.
You had Squid to bark back.
Yeah, Squid was doing some barking. We had Vince and Frank and Orion. So definitely some people that could handle themselves, but
some
like
thickness.
Some thickness. It was fun to go just because like fuck, it's been so long since like going to a music festival. Like we went to Snow Globe and that was literally the last like festival that happened
Before COVID,
before everything went to shit. Speaking of which, we probably got COVID at that festival and fucking didn't know it. That was like the sickest I've ever been.
And it's life. Like, would COVID have made us that sick, or was that just the flu? Like a Tahoe flu?
Dude.
Because COVID doesn't get everyone that sick. Like, we were all fucking, like, borderline yakking fever.
Yeah, like sick as a dog, bro.
I feel like
for
that
like
wasn't
a
COVID.
week.
I feel like that wasn't COVID.
Dude, I had a lingering cough for like a month. It was fucked up how sick I got from that festival. But it was good to go. I think it was 100% worth it, like worth the money, worth going to see, and like being in that environment again. But the crowd was definitely, people are just fucking angsty. I don't know. They haven't like been in social situations enough recently.
You said that it's almost kind of hard to like do a 3-day festival. Yeah. Like you were running out of energy on your third day, you said.
Fuck yeah. Big time. Me and Orion almost didn't even like go to the last day.
Who was playing the last day that you wanted to see?
Rufus, Du Sol, and Tame Impala.
Oh, so Tame Impala
it was
made it.
Like,
okay.
Yeah. It was 100% worth going. But I was like sick from the night before for whatever reason. Just did not feel good the next day. And then Orion was just fucking, blackout drunk that night and then just yakking, just felt shitty all day. Like the worst I've ever seen him, honestly. And it was football. So we're just like sitting on the couch watching football, like
nice.
Ordering some fucking DoorDash food, grubbing. And at that point, it's like we were just so close to eating the $120 and just not going. Because, fuck, we felt so sick and like, we were so tired. Like, I don't know how they can do it. Like, Vince and Squid, I don't know how they fucking do it. Their motors are crazy, bro. They can go without, like, sleep at all. 72 hours, like, 3 hours of sleep.
I brought this up during the year. It was definitely when Evan and Vince were still living here. It was probably over the beginning of summer, maybe like June or July. But I had this realization, and I was like, dude, like, Squid has a fucking gas tank.
Dude,
like, he can
long distance gas tank.
He would like he can there would be nights here where we would go out with him, and then he would come back with us and then leave with like Peter and like BBC, and they would go out again until like 8 a.m. 9 a.m. and then they would go swimming in the ocean and like clean off all their sins and then come back ashore. And then
do the same shit again. Like,
they'd be up like 24 hours straight,
dude,
and like do the same. Yeah,
God.
exactly.
It's so fucking fucked up, bro. There's no way I could do that ever. But like they'll do it like nothing, like fucking nothing. So yeah, this weekend that was my first realization. I was like, fuck, dude. I'm getting just, I don't know how many more of these like I can do. You know what I mean? Depending on the festival. But I think eating food's important though too. We like didn't eat shit. No. Breakfast and that's it.
Oh shit. You guys weren't like getting snacks there and shit?
Mm-mm. We had like, me and Squid split an avocado toast one day.
It was like $18.
Literally. 18? Like 17.
Oh my god.
For like this much.
But it's fire toast. Though, right?
It was fire, but like $17 fire? Fuck no. Yeah, are you done with festivals? Because I feel like you're just, like, it won't happen again. I feel like I won't see you at a festival again. Because we used to go to them.
Yeah. No, that was a lot of really good memories. That was the thing. We literally used to, like, plan out, like, months and months and months ahead and like get a nice group of people together and like get some fucking hotels and like just turn up.
You've been to like Coachella, Camp Flogna, Snow Globe, the one in LA, Hard? Did you go to Hard?
Smokers Club. And Day and
Night. Like, you've been to a fuck ton. But I feel like if I were to offer now, you would just not do it.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. Obviously, yeah, I mean, just want to save money. It's kind of weird, and I'm going to sound so fucking petty for saying this, but, like, definitely want to save money right now. You know, like, I'm just, like, really about money right now, unfortunately. But the other thing, and it's, like...
You don't think it's worth it?
No, well, that's the thing. I feel like I will go again someday. But it's almost kind of crazy, like, going, like, taking these drugs or whatever, going to a festival. Sometimes I'm, like, looking on stage, and I'm like, okay, like, this is dope. Like, you know, and you see talent. Like, you go to festivals, you see talent. But there's, like, a side of me that's just like, fuck, dude, like... We need to get people like Hunter and Dre and like Lucas and like fucking Johnny Teardrops and like we can keep going, but we need to get people like
that.
I just see it, dude, and I just like sometimes I'm like, you know, doing my thing and I, like deep down inside I feel kind of bummed. I feel kind of bummed because like I feel like I mean.
Like, maybe that person doesn't deserve it as much as this
person does. It's not even about deserving. Really? No, fuck no. They the people on stage definitely deserve it. Okay. They're on stage. They've made it. But, like, a part of me just feels like I'm almost being lazy for being there. And, like, spending this money to have this fun. Like, I almost wish that I could, like... invest myself and invest resources into other things to like potentially get other people there. Right. You know?
Okay.
Like, I don't know, like I mean, I only have 2 of them, but like I really like making music videos and like getting somebody to make a beat and putting Hunter and Lucas and Dre on the fucking tracks, letting them go off, you know? Like that's like...
There's fun in that, and yeah, I mean those guys. I wish Hunter would make more raps, to be honest.
Because
he is talented. He actually
real.
is really talented. Like those songs go hard, especially his parts.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that side of the story, but
it's not, and like even other people too. It doesn't even just have to be rap. Even people like Squid. Like I wish Squid was making music consistently and finishing his fucking songs and like his projects and like moving on to like the next level of like instead of going and watching other random people that I don't know and they don't know me, I want to go and see people that I fucking know and they know me type shit. You know?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, I don't know, and that's the fucked up thing. That's just my own reality right now. Who knows, that might change one day, or,
yeah.
you know, like.
But just right now, that's where you're sitting.
I'm at a weird place in life right now. Literally, all I want to do is like podcasts and skits and like create. Like all I want to do is create shit right now.
That's dope.
Like I don't want to go and watch somebody's other creations. Like I literally just want to like focus up and like use my resources accordingly.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
That's literally all the fuck. That's
and you are doing that.
I'm not doing it to the extent I want to be doing. Like I feel like a lazy bum right now. That's
really?
1,000%. Like I want to do more. I want to do so much more. What's
stopping that?
Money, time, and just like I guess laziness. Like there's definitely like I feel like we could have done the frat skit by now.
There's a lot of moving pieces.
There is a lot of moving pieces.
Like
I think we're filming the first scene on next Tuesday in Morro Bay.
Really?
I'm not any of you guys.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna be the one night hit and done, but I do need a morning scene before he goes to college.
Hunter? Or who's your...
No, the rusher is Ray Martinez.
Really?
So me, him, Alex, and then Sam. I'm gonna just like film the three of them having like a little like, hey son, breakfast is ready. Oh geez, golly dad, okay. And then it turns into, yeah, like we're gonna miss you, like maybe you can join a fraternity.
Okay.
It'll start spiraling down the hill from there. But yeah, I mean...
Oh man.
Yeah. I mean,
you're in a creative mood right now.
I'm in a creative mood. I've been in a creative mood, and I want to do so much more. Literally want to do so much more. Like, yeah, I mean, just big picture ideas, but some of those ideas cost, like, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, I want to have my own, like, office. With, like, people working for me. Like, you guys working for me. But you guys are being paid, like, 6 figures.
Oh, okay.
And it's, like, a free schedule. Like, you guys create your own schedule. You guys just have to show up a certain amount of, like, overlapping hours and days. And there's, like, different...
Little brainstorms.
There's, like, you guys pull up to the office and, like... There's people doing things in one of the back rooms. You guys don't even know they're there because they're like creating a song or something. And like over here, we're fucking filming a short film.
Right.
But I mean, dude, that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Like
So that's why
money holdbacks. Everybody though, like everyone. Damn.
We watched Summer 2017. We kicked it a lot that summer. Before you went to Australia, we were binge watching Game of Thrones and then Healthy Amount. We watched season 5. We watched 9 out of 10 episodes of season 5 in one day, with like a surf session in between, like 4 or 5 episodes. That was fun. We were kicking that summer.
We were.
We were playing like ping pong and shit. We were having like I was having like small kickbacks.
Yeah, with like Hunter, Bobby, Keelan,
Mark.
Joe, Mark. Yeah. Fuck, Mark, man. Has he been on here?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Damn, what's he doing? Like, he's still around.
He has a girlfriend.
Fuck. Do any of the boys see him anymore on that side?
If anybody, it would be Bobby or Hunter.
Yeah.
I don't think that either of them have. The last time I saw Mark was on this podcast.
Damn.
He like goes out of town every weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn. He's a good guy. Mark.
Really good.
Really good.
Talented as fuck too. He's another one of those people.
Yeah, he is. Singing, songwriting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. fuck, man, I need to catch up with that guy soon, hopefully, whenever he's free again. But, yeah, Game of Thrones, man, they really shit the bed on that one. Big time. 2 years in a row.
I'm down to wrap things up. It's 2 a.m. I'm down to go for a little night walk if you're still down. Anything you want to say or close out on?
It's been a fucking pleasure to be on and see it from this fucking point of view.
Bro.
Like, I'm just proud of what you're doing, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
And yeah, keep doing the podcast, keep going hard, and I'll be fucking sitting outside the next door over fucking listening, I guess.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, man. It's been fun, though. It's been hella
I appreciate you. Yeah, you guys heard it from Taj himself. Thank you guys for watching, whoever watches this.
Appreciate it.
That was decent, right?